Okay, good morning everybody. We're Tuesday, August 14th. Well, we saw where the bean prices got beat up versus the grains post-USDA report, and then in yesterday's trade we found out where the beans came back versus the grains. Then the grains are firmer in the overnight trade versus the beans, and now we got the beans rallying. Maybe it's a little bit on the news that apparently came out that Argentina says they suspended its program of incremental reductions in soy meal and soy oil export taxes for the next 6 months. So the potential here, as far as the USDA report that came out on Friday, is that we have this big supply both in the U.S. and in the world, and that what's going to happen, as far as the USDA is claiming, that we're going to get business going forward in here, that the trade is kind of looking at that perhaps. We did get our exports, weekly export inspections that came out yesterday. We're already in the marketing year for wheat. We're running 38% behind a year ago, with the USDA looking for a 14% increase. So once again, the USDA raised the exports for wheat, but we're not doing any wheat business. Egypt's in for some wheat. We're going to see where they go and pay for their prices if they're paying on up. That has been some of the impetus as far as getting some of the trade to go in, try and buy wheat futures. The marketing year is coming to a close for the corn and the beans. We're currently running 1% behind in our corn exports, with the USDA looking for a 5% increase, and the beans are running 3% behind a year ago, with the USDA looking for a 3% decline. So once again, this demand picture is not out there right now, but is the trade out there trying to go and see that coming forward. Other than that, we had our crop conditions that came out yesterday. The crop conditions for corn and beans went down 1% in the good excellent category. As we were mentioning before that, however, the weather picture going forward in here right now is looking for the 3 periods of rain coming through the Midwest. And will we, during the rest of the month of August, find out that our crop conditions are starting to improve, and that we can potentially have a yield increase in the September report for corn and beans versus what the demand picture is going forward. The trade is still net short the corn, beans, and soybean oil, still net long the meal and the soft red winter wheat. We did find yesterday the player sheet saying that the trade was buying oil seeds, selling the grains, but right now we have them all on the plus side right now as far as the overnight trade goes. Beans coming from the negative side to being up roughly around 5 cents, once again potentially on this Argentinian news. Meal's up around $3 to $4. The oil market's still somewhat stagnant. Corn market's up around 3 cents, and the wheat market's rebounded back to around, it was up almost 10 cents, but maybe up in the neighborhood of around 5 cents. Overall, I have to say, given the USDA report that we've seen and or what our current conditions are for weather-wise, I don't know where the buying interest would want to come from. But once again, we are more or less watching money flow than perhaps fundamentals. Once again, these are my opinions, not that of ADM or ADMIS. Thank you very much.